Hi YouTube. I hope you're doing all right. I'm a little bit frozen and a little bit tired. I did go out and do a little insulation in my kitty's house and um brought some I had more old sweaters and things I took out for them and um just that for a little while. It was pretty cold and it did melt kind of today. It was about 40 degrees and windy, but now it's getting cold and it's snowing again. Yuck. But it is what it is, you know. Um, oh, yeah, I had a horrible night last night, but it's kind of to be expected until, if you live around somebody that doesn't have God in their heart, at least not in a big way, it can be a little bit miserable at times. So the best I could do is try and avoid it, and so that's what I did till I finally said, well, I've had enough, and I turned on a movie and he was still talking, but at least, I got my mind off of any any baloney. So anyway, just a minute. I don't know if any of you are going through anything similar, but it's a little bit difficult. Um, I went to register for my Social Security online, and they wanted me to have a cell phone so they could text me a code that I needed. And I didn't have it, and I've had a house fire, so I lost a lot of my paperwork. So I think I'm going to have to go in and literally talk to somebody. Um, I don't know if I suppose I assume or don't know if my Canadian friends, um, Darla, you'd probably be able to tell me if you have anything similar to Social Security, or what does your country do? Do they take money out of your paychecks and then give it back to you when you're older, And they use it for equity, it's a good way to use people and their money to, like a corporation, and buy more things that they want or give the money to their friends, and then you have to fight for it when you get older. You guys probably don't have that. I don't know. I've heard some people, like with your health care too, some people are satisfied with the health care that they get in Canada, and some people aren't. Maybe that's the same as what it is in my country. It's like, might depend on who you are, what kind of care you get, you know. So if you know somebody, uh, and if you know what I mean, but yeah, it's been an okay day. I mean, it hasn't been absolutely horrible, but you know, it was funny. I'm coming back to the house, and the one kitty I call Heart Baby, her mom hit her because I was talking to her, because I said, "How come you're running crooked like that?" And she stopped and she looked at me, and her mom walked up and smacked her, It's like, well, that wasn't nice. I did put, I think I told you yesterday, yeah, I did. I put an ad online in my community, um, just thinking about getting another dog. But the more I think about it, I'm thinking not. I don't know. Yeah, and probably not. I should stay with the not thing, because I really don't know what from day to day what's happening in my life ever. I can never say, well, I mean, none of us do, but the the surprises I get and the things that are set up to try and set me back or even keep me from making videos and talking to people, you'd be really amazed, you know. So, just a moment. It is what it is, you know. Anyway, but yeah, working out in that kitty house, we've got a propane heater, one of them bullets that we can put out there and warm it up and work in there sometime. But I don't know. I really don't need any help with the thing. But it's just like when we went to, because I am a contractor, and I had to laugh when we went to make the door. I didn't say anything. I just let him do what he's doing, and we measured it. And then he had to measure it again and measure it again. And pretty soon we had to rip a board. I didn't say nothing. There wouldn't have had to been a rip down this board, and it could have been cut out of one chunk, but I didn't say anything because, he's like one of them always right type of guys. So it's like, do what you gotta do, you know. And then when he was done, I did say, well, I was going to tell you we could do it like that, but you seem to like to do things your way, so I just let it go, you know. But it isn't somebody you'd want to hire if you wanted to conserve on your wood, you know. And he is good with metal. He's just not really a carpenter of any sort. And I'm not the best carpenter in the world, but I don't know. I think I'm better than some, you know. It's like my first horse barn, I literally made myself out of slab wood, and some of the slabs that I used on the bottom were like 200 and 300 pound oak, you know. And I made her a corral, and her first barn was I think it was 12 by 15. So it was pretty good size, for one. She was a very large horse, but yeah. Um, but then we had a friend of ours that traded some metal lean-to that we had built for some work done on a car. So, and part of our roof on our house that needed to be done, and still half of it needs to be done. But yeah, I live in the half that needs to be done because it's wood and it wears out. And the other is metal roofing, so the other part. So maybe someday. Or I just get the heck out of here and buy a tiny house, and it'll be awfully quiet. And I can't get a whole lot lonelier some days, so I'm really considering that. And I considered even like buying a trailer and renting space in a park or something. But then I did that once with my kids, even though it was a very nice place and we had a pool and all kinds of stuff there. It's like it still was a trailer park. And then getting older, I don't want to be at, I got to be careful where I move. I don't want a lot of like drug activity around me and that type of thing that trailer parks have a tendency to um, attract, you know, because of it's a little cheaper to live there than it is other places. And they can get away with a lot more with, well, I don't know, the authorities, the cops are always around. So that wouldn't be cool either. I don't want to hear sirens all the time either. So I don't know. Yeah, I thought I'd just make a little video tonight. Like I said, I am really tired. I really don't sleep good when I get upset, and I try not to get upset. And when it's going on, I try to just pray and not say a whole lot or not be offensive, and you know, try to say I don't want to talk and I don't want to listen. I just want peace, and that doesn't work. So I don't know what to tell you. I'm just telling you what's going on with me. Yeah, anyway. And I'm still happy every day, regardless. I think that's people that aren't happy, they pretend they are. And I think people that aren't afraid to say when they aren't, you know. That's kind of my observation in life. I've noticed that. So, uh, I don't know. I don't know anything today. But I do. One thing I did see was his name is McGavran. Used to be um, some kind of military, I think, like CIA or Army intelligence or whatever. Wrote a children's book. That should be interesting. I'd like to take a look at that thing and see what he has to say to children in the world, in our country, or whoever reads it. That could be, like I said, kind of interesting. One of the questions he did answer, it sounded like he was giving psychological advice to parents and children, that his children would ask him, you know, why something wouldn't be fair in the world. And his answer was that life isn't always fair. Um, what I heard out of the Eastern Star woman that raised me, um, life isn't fair. Well, it's not a circus either. that's the that's my upbringing. Yeah, it was a circus. Yeah. Or life is what you make it. That's a good one too. Wow. Not always. Sometimes you make your life really nice and then people intrude on it, you know. So that's true. Oh, what's your weather like? Cold? Well, we have I think some warmer weather coming in, but I heard there's an Arctic blast coming down right now down through Canada. Thanks a lot, Darla. No, and it's heading over to the east to some of my other friends. So how you like them apples? Let's all move to the tropics, okay? Who's with me? you know, I wouldn't mind if I lived like even in a place now. I'm getting where I don't know. I'm on the verge of like losing things that I saved for, like plants that I saved for generations that nobody cares about. I'm about ready to just walk away from all of it and go get some kind of town home or something that has an indoor pool and a gym, and I'll be like, bye, you know. That's kind of where I'm kind of leaning towards something like that. If I had a tiny house, then I'd have to be responsible for all the hot water heater. I mean, even in a townhome, I would have to be like that too, but at least I'd have things more available to me. So maybe in a suburb of, like, I'm thinking a suburb of Duluth or something where I can see the lake, you know. I don't know. I'll see. It would have been more ideal if two of our incomes could have went to a nice place to retire, but I don't know, because it's going to get to a point where we live where we're not going to be able to shovel ourselves out in the winter, or get an ambulance in if anything were to happen. And yeah, so I don't know. I do not know. We'll see what life brings. So, well, I think I'm going to let you go. I just thought I'd say hello and let you know I'm still alive. I'm freaking tired, and you know, sadness is hard to sleep. I can never understand somebody. Um, I mean, people drink, yeah, they're cruel, but even when they're not drinking, if that's kind of their nature, it's hard to sleep when you go through an episode. They'll be nice for like 1 or 2 days, but they can't go much longer than that. So that's a hard one. Hard to deal with because I just will never get it. So whatever. So okay, peace and love, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Have a really good night or day wherever you're at. I pray to God it's better than what I'm having, and I pray to God mine'll be better than what it's been. So okay, everybody, talk to you soon.